Welcome to the New York Professional Spotlight. Host Roman Kirzhner sits down with successful professionals from across New York to uncover the stories, strategies, and expertise behind their achievements.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the New York Professional Spotlight Show with Roman Kirzhner. My name is Roman Kirzhner, and today we have a guest, Patrick Buquet, who has more than 20 years of experience in business strategy and financial management. And from what I know, he's also fascinated in AI. And thank you very much for being on my webcast. And the first question, obviously, it will be about you and your business. Can you give us a quick snapshot of your current business today?
Yeah, and hi Roman, and thanks for having me today. So my business is currently very AI oriented, I would say. So I used to be a partner in consulting, and now with AI, I transitioned to becoming more builder, I would say. So about close to 20 years ago, I started my own consulting company with two of my business partners. We were doing management consulting for a financial institution. We grew up from zero to close to 250 with offices all around the world, in Asia, in Europe, in North America. And then a little bit more than 3 years ago, we sold the company to Capgemini, which is a very big IT company, 350,000 people. So it was a big jump, I would say, in a big transition. And then after 3 years, we were in the middle of the AI revolution, I would say. So I decided to leave and to create a new kind of consulting, actually, based on AI. And so the concept is pretty unique, I would say. Instead of, if you are a client, instead of going to any consulting company, send out an RFP, wait for the answer, get a quote, and then launch the project. Clients can go on this platform, which is called PleaseFix.ai, and I'll come back maybe on the PleaseFix. And they can ask questions, they can post RFP, and not only they get a quote, but they get a first part of the deliverable. And so basically, the quote is based on the difference on the remaining gap from this first draft deliverable that they are expecting, and what remains to be done and what can only be done by a human expert. So it's completely changing the business model because it's a subscription-based model. So as a client, you pay a certain amount of money per month. You can get as many deliverables you want, and then you pay for the gap, the missing expertise that you want a human consultant to provide. And just to conclude, just why PleaseFix? PleaseFix is a kind of a meme buzzword, let's say, in consulting. It's usually what partners would write down on the slide deck, PleaseFix. And this is a message for the consultant saying, okay, you have to please fix this line, to change the format, to correct the wording, whatever. But so it's a kind of, I would say, a consulting joke. And so I took this meme to turn it into a website. So the website is PleaseFix.ai.
Absolutely. And I was, because I'm curious about AI myself, and it's absolutely fascinating field. Its right spell is PLZ. Fix.ai. So anyone who wants to take a look at it. I also saw that you're almost ready to release it by the end of August.
Yes. So for now, we are currently in beta. We are like fine-tuning, everything, because what we had to do is to build this huge database, huge knowledge database. So it's basically expertise on the shelf that you can access as a client. And we are fine-tuning that. We already have a couple of clients who are helping us to finalize the platform, and then the official launch will be at the end of the summer, around 1st of September. Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. And the next question will be, obviously, in today's time, a lot of young and not so young and talented professionals doing AI and other businesses. And I would like to know what sets you apart from other people, what comes to you natural and easy, whereas other people feels that it's challenging.
Well, that's a great question. And with AI, I would say that I don't believe there is any expert in this field because it's too new. The only difference between people is if you spend more time than other people, basically you are a little bit more advanced because you are spending time on understanding, experimenting, using AI. And so this is what I've done actually. When I left Capgemini, I took some time to really get my hands dirty. And so I was playing like almost all day with AI till I get to a point where I really feel I understand how it works, how I can apply it to consulting. And when I was saying at the beginning that I moved from being a partner to a builder, it's exactly that because I'm the one who is building the platform with my knowledge, but also with the support of AI. And I would say this is what makes me a little bit different, I would say. I spend like, for the past 6 months, I spent 12 hours a day on AI. And I won't say I'm an expert, but I'm someone who has spent more time than others on this topic.
It's AI is always catching. You start working on something in 8 o'clock in the morning, and by midnight you're saying I didn't know, I
Exactly.
didn't catch up anything. But it's fascinating. And
Yes.
if someone wanted, and obviously next question will be, if someone wanted to become better in what they do, what you're doing, what kind of recommendation would you give that person as of today?
So the first recommendation I would give is not to start with ChatGPT and the basic prompting, because if you start in that direction, you will lose time and you will be working with a chatbot, which is absolutely not what AI is about. So I would start directly with considering AI as an agent, a real assistant, someone like, let's say, a junior guy that you would have recruited and you need to interact with. So I would go directly to this agentic approach. So if you want to use ChatGPT, that's fine, but don't use prompt, but use what is called now loop prompting, which is basically you don't give a task to ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude, whoever. You give it an objective and you let him decide what are the different steps. So don't tell it what to do, tell it what you want to achieve and what good looks like actually. What is the end result? What are the criteria to validate the end results? And this is the way to interact with AI, right? And you start with that, and then very quickly you will feel limited, and so you would need to go to a ChatGPT, OpenAI Codex or Claude Code to get to the next level and build your own agent. But I would really start with this. Let's call it loop prompting and not the traditional prompt. So it's useless to learn how to prompt. It's much better to learn how to loop prompt, meaning that you give an objective to your chatbot, to your LLM. You don't tell him what to do. You tell him what you expect, and you let him build the action plan for you. And you just drive it to make sure that based on your expertise, what it's doing is the correct way of doing it.
So I cannot hold myself because we're getting a little bit more in technical details, and that's what I like about it. And doing that, if you can, just for loop prompting, what kind of platform would you recommend to use to try it out?
I mean, I don't think there is one better than the other, but if you take, I mean, my favorite one personally is Claude. I started with ChatGPT, I moved to Gemini, and then I moved to Claude. And I would say that Claude is the one who, which let's say I feel more connected, but probably it's a personal topic. But again, it's very depending on what you want to achieve, what is your field of expertise, what kind of interaction do you want to have. I wouldn't say there is a big difference yet. What I would say is that the model you are going to choose when you interact with one of these three, and as I am French, I need to mention as well Mistral with a big one. Let's say the underlying model, so let's say ChatGPT 4o or Sonnet 4.6, whatever, be very careful because the cost can increase very quickly. And so you have to make sure that you are using the right model, which is don't overkill the objective. If it's something simple, take the simplest model to make sure you don't pay too much. So this is my only recommendation.
But for this purpose, I know that Anthropic is very famous for that because very fast you can get out of this free tokens and they can charge you. It will be minimum like $100 a day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It can go very quickly, so you have to to keep an eye on this.
Basically, what you're saying: do not spend too much money just trying it out. Just learn it first.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So start with a basic model, but again, don't do a basic prompting and go to this loop prompting, which is more like interacting with an agent, and this is what you want to learn.
Sure. And so another question would be: obviously, you're already fully involved in that business, and obviously, you had the challenges. What the biggest challenge you had so far, and how would you learn from that? What did you learn from that challenge, if anything?
So no, that's a great question. So I would say two key learnings for me. So the first one is about testing what you are doing when you are doing it with AI. So on PleaseFix.ai, basically, as I said, I mean, the client can send a request and he gets a response back, right? So how do you test that the response is correct? How do you test that the response is in line with the request? How do you test that the wording is correct? And with LLM, it's not black or white, right? You really have to. It's kind of you cannot build a test case and say, okay, this is exactly what I'm expecting as an outcome. So to do that, you have to work a little bit differently with some kind of basically you would build an agent that would supervise the work and identify the inconsistencies. And this is not so easy to do. So this is one key learning. And the second one is about data privacy. Because of course, everything you give to Anthropic, OpenAI, you don't really know what they are going to do with the data. If you are an individual, maybe you don't really care about ChatGPT using your request. If you are a business, you want to make sure that there is no confidential data that are moving somewhere, that are going somewhere, right? So adding this layer, which is I would say like redacting all documents, all information before it reaches an LLM is something that we spent lots of time on as well.
Absolutely. That's a great advice anyway, and it's a great experience. And I know that your hands are full fun, but do you have anything else for the next 6 to 12 months working for you? Besides this particular PleaseFix.ai project?
Yeah, so no, that's a great question, Roman. Actually, the way we are seeing it is okay. So we built PleaseFix.ai as a kind of let's say consulting agent that could serve clients. What we are realizing now is that once we have this platform, we can actually use it to become a kind of I would call it incubator, meaning that any new business can leverage this platform to be launched, to be structured, to be developed, and to be launched. So we have a few new ideas that we will launch leveraging PleaseFix.ai. And one of them would be to create like a kind of chief sales officer through AI for small companies. And usually, if you're a small company, you don't have money to spend and to hire a chief sales officer, right? But at the same time, the way you are doing your business development is the way you are going to succeed. And based on my own experience, I mean, when I launched this consulting company 20 years ago, of course, you always need luck to be successful. But I would say one very important criteria for success was our discipline on business development. And I feel now that with AI, you can create an agent that would help you to be much more disciplined, to make sure that you keep track of your action, that you don't forget something, that you are always busy, basically in business development. And this is a new service we are going to launch, leveraging PleaseFix.ai.
Absolutely. Congratulations on your success in your career.
Thank you.
And I know that many people like what you're doing, also doing well in IT technologies. They're making good money, most of them.
Yeah.
We know them. But it's all good until they're working and they have certain level of income. But if they will stop working, the income might go down, or it might be also dried out. So
Yes.
they start looking for other options outside of work, basically, looking for another investment opportunity like stock, bonds, and all that.
Yes.
And if you have any recommendation, what would be your thoughts about income outside of work?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, again, and this, I'm a little bit reluctant to say it, but first I would say a kind of disclaimer. So don't take this as a financial advice.
Absolutely. We're not doing anything illegal. Right?
Just my view. What I'm really interested in these days, it's everything around the prediction markets. But again, it's not a financial advice. Do your own research. And why I'm saying that, it's because now with AI, you can build different agent AI that would look at the market, assess the probability of the bet, and place your trade, right? So this could be one. But what I would say, and this is just an example to say, okay, if you have time and you can build agents, any agent can replace someone in your around you, right? So my advice would really be to explore everything that AI and agentic AI could do. IT, I think if you are in IT, you are in a much stronger position than anyone else because you understand a little bit more what AI is doing. And I can tell you, and if you have experimented it, you know it. Cloud Code, it's great. It's a great tool. But if you don't have some kind of minimum IT knowledge, there's no way you can use it properly. But if you have this IT knowledge, you can do so many things with Cloud Code or OpenAI Codex that I would strongly advise to explore this.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And the last question would be, obviously, if someone really interested in your business and what you're doing, what would be the best way to connect with you and how they can reach out to you?
Yeah, absolutely. No, great question. So, they can either find me on LinkedIn. Name is Patrick Buquet, and I think I'm one of the few with this name on LinkedIn. They can find me, and if not, they can reach out to me on my email address, which is patrick@pleasefix.ai. So PLZFIX.ai.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Patrick, for your time and sharing your excited experience, because that's what it is right now on the top of the market. Thank you very much again. And good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks, Roman, for having me. Great to have this chat with you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the New York Professional Spotlight. If you're a successful New York professional with insights to share, visit nyprofessionalspotlight.com/guest and apply to be featured on the show.